Swag on the beat.
Swag on the beat. Swag on the beat.
Hello and welcome back to episode 28 of the Swag on the Beat podcast. Geez, we only just made it to the seats there because we are live right now. Into the recording, into Mike's computer.
Made it past the 27 club.
Yeah,
which,
we did. Yeah, congratulations.
All the haters that were saying we wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Look at us now.
Got past all the illicits.
Actually, look at us now. If everyone can turn on your cameras.
Yeah, great. Nice
please.
one.
Speaking of segues, yeah. Everybody, turn on your cameras and look at Jack's
cameras if you can.
head region.
Yes, I was true to my word.
Specifically the top of it. You'll see some
I'll take off the headphones for a sec.
golden and frosty tips.
And it's a leopard print on the side of the head.
Oh la la. And
so.
not going to lie, I think it looks awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm glad that I made you do that.
Well,
forcibly.
we went to the barbers yesterday, and the guy who has cut my hair for 25 years, probably. How old am I? Oh no, maybe 22 years. I got him again. No, he was like, yeah, we can do that. And he's a classic guy, Lebanese legend guy.
We're uploading a video of it today.
Okay, yeah, nice.
Yeah.
And I was like, he said he hadn't done it in 15 years, like put the cap on and pull the hair through and stuff.
I think he said he's never done it,
Oh, he'd never done it,
I think he said no one's done this in 15 years and I've never done it before.
Oh, is that what he said? Right, well, it was a lot of fun. Yeah. And I think he did a pretty okay
I got
job.
in there as well with the little picker.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
I think that one's mine. I can see.
Yeah, the big yellow one. Because the cap that you put your tweezers in the hole.
It's like
and
a swimming cap
out
with holes in it, and then you put this little metal stick thing in there and pull them out.
It was like 45-minute process, but it was
pretty therapeutic actually for me. And you probably.
Someone, I don't know who it was, because it was him, his son, and you all poking my head at the same time, and I think it might have been his son would go. He'd get to the hair, then he'd keep going into the head. Into the so it's just like acupuncture on the head.
Tips on the brain as well.
yeah. And feeling a bit weird this morning, but don't know what that is.
But I think you must be glad.
All positive things, except
all positive. I was going to.
Except one, like my partner Mickey wasn't that keen on it happening
before,
and
now.
Yeah, well, because we were talking right after it was dark. It must have been dark when we were on the phone last night, and she was picking me up. We were going to the supermarket or something. Romantic. And you're like, super romantic. You're like, film her reaction. And it was dark, and I get in the car, and she's like, we just couldn't see it. It was just too dark. So it was just like an anticlimax. Yeah. But anyway, she didn't like it before it happened. She saw it in the light of Woolworths, in the stark light of Woolworths.
The most flattering light there is.
And the issue for her is that I booked a trip to Tassie in like a couple of weeks because it's our anniversary or whatever. Mm-hmm. And she's like, but what about the photos? And I go, yeah. Well, yeah.
Don't you want them to look sick?
Yeah, now they look awesome. Yeah. And she's like, well, maybe we could shave the head because you don't want to keep it, do you? Ooh. And I was like, I've had a shaved head once in 2017 and I look like a melon.
No, you don't.
I do look like a melon.
You had a good dome for the shave.
Anyway, I was looking through photos of back then when I had a shaved dome and I'm like, oh.
I'm sensing you want me to dare you to shave your head.
There's no daring. No. Anyway, I don't like the dome, but I said to Mickey, look, let's do the photos. Let's get the top of Cradle Mountain or whatever we're doing. And if there is blonde in there, my brother can use Photoshop and he can get it brown. He can brown it out. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And you can give him whatever hairstyle she's always wanted for you to have.
Yeah.
Mohawk.
More blonde, probably. But this has made me think maybe I would go all blonde because I would like to do that once and I'm halfway there now. So I might as well just go the whole hog.
Does that mean we're going to have to put the cap on and pick out all the other hairs and do that?
That's a much longer process.
Yeah, okay. But so you want to go full blonde.
No, start with a normal no cap and then just put anti-holes on the blonde bits.
Oh, yeah. The old anti-holes.
Those old anti-holes. Anyway, plenty to talk about.
The only other issue other than your girlfriend's displeasure / wanting it to be more blonde, I can only assume, is the fact that we're halfway through filming a skit at the moment. We filmed the first half of a video a few days ago in Jack's brown hair era. And now, because we're waiting on some other people for the video, I don't know what the solution there. Maybe you got it halfway through the video or...
What? It's very fast. It's very fast. I am interested to see how distracting it is because if it's kind of like, what happened there?
If it takes away from the video,
if it takes away from the video, we'll fix it. Yeah, but that's very funny and interesting.
Yeah, could be a Comments Hall of Fame early.
Could be whoever gets on that first will probably get on the board right behind us right here. But plenty to talk about today. We did promise last week that we would get a printout of the Last Supper from the board members.
It's transparent.
It's transparent unless it's here.
Oh.
Yes, it is.
Okay, nice.
I've been hiding it.
You have
No,
been
I did it
hiding
on my home printer in black and white because I didn't want to invest in the color because it's a lot of color. So we can go.
Color ink is so expensive.
It's
for
insane,
no reason
but
for
like
printers.
the reason,
it's 2025.
and yeah, it is 2025. Thank you. And for people at home that think, oh, cheapskate, we'll do it in color. We'll just go to Officeworks when we're confirmed that this is what we want to put up on the wall. But we'll put it up on the wall for now.
Yeah, and everyone who says cheapskate, shut the hell up. Ink
Anyone
is
who's
expensive.
got, and by the way, this took a lot of manipulation and still couldn't get it right. So it took ages. Anyway, anyone who has physical capabilities, turn that on now.
Visual?
What did I say?
Physical?
Physical.
I mean,
if you stand up now.
That probably lies within the physical capabilities.
Physically, if you can physically turn your video on, your visual capabilities
That's
on,
true.
that's great. Do it now because you'll be looking at the Last Supper picture. Okay.
Full print lines.
Mike and Isaac can see it. Any initial comments from you guys for people that don't have any video ability?
Okay, there's the numbers are a little bit closer. There's a couple of sixes going around.
Yeah, so 6, whoever number 6 is, who I can look that up now.
A couple of ones.
So Sam is number 6.
Okay, so there's a couple of him going around. Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, they're...
When you guys were talking about it, I was envisioning like a beautiful framed, printed out picture, but you've just...
Well, we just need to put a frame on this one.
No.
And then you've got
Yeah,
what you asked
no,
for.
it's on the way. Like because the promise made it hard to cut corners. Really,
It's hard. And ChatGPT is quite hard to...
It's quite hard to
with pictures.
control. Really, it's like a manual car when you've already drove an audio before.
Yeah.
Auto.
With
an audio.
Oh, okay. Hello, I'm Mike. I never make visual.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Stealing.
That's
But
one.
yes.
That's one.
No, it
look,
looks good. I think we're missing a few females from the
It's
top
so
10
hard. I
because-
was like, okay, number 1 needs to be female,
and-
number 5 needs to be female, whatever.
And all the 4 on the right look exactly the same. So,
yeah,
I mean...
anyway, that's what we got.
It's kind
that's
of
what
it's
we've
kind
got.
of good at least
It's
that
kind of
AI
swag.
isn't perfect
Yeah.
yet, because if they could perfectly recreate that,
Yeah.
then who knows? Maybe we would be AI right
So
now.
it'll go on the wall somewhere.
Yeah, it'll go somewhere.
I'll just put it up there now.
Yeah, okay, nice.
I actually feel like it's so bad it devalues the wall.
That's a fair comment, I think.
The final. We know that's not the final picture. It's going to be getting a matte finish from Officeworks color.
Or anyway, whatever their name is, the guy who works at Officeworks. Doesn't have to be Matt.
Yeah, or it doesn't have to be finished either. What? No. Okay, so that's great. What else we got here? Also, we had a very exciting week last week when we had the Ornithologist on to play against the Pokemon expert here, which is Michael Liberali. He messages Mickey, my girlfriend, a couple of times saying, I want another go. I want redemption round. I will come into the studio. He's a full-time ecologist, ornithologist.
I feel like he
interested in coming in.
He's more capable than what we found out.
Yeah,
over the phone.
and that's what his colleagues would lead you to believe as well.
And that's what you led us to believe the week prior.
Well, so I don't want to have egg on my face. He doesn't want to have egg on his face, which at least it is a kind of bird.
Eggs come from
but
birds.
it's not the kind of birds we want. Yeah, exactly. Okay, whatever. The joke's there somewhere.
No, yes, I think he deserves
So I
a
think
rematch.
I've texted him just about 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
We'll see if he's available next week. And next Wednesday, we will have another go.
IRL battle.
IRL battle, no excuses.
Level playing
This
field.
is the final frontier.
Yep.
Birds versus Pokemon.
Who will win?
Ned will have his own mic. Maybe we'll squish up on this side or something and Ned's sitting there, whatever. We'll work it out then. Way too exciting to talk about now.
Yeah.
Also exciting, this show is
Yes.
about to pop off right now.
It's a big show.
Yep, massive show. Bigger than massive. Words can't describe it.
Numbers don't go high enough to describe it.
The only thing to do from here is hear that little music thing that Mike's put in between segments. Oh, yeah.
Jack, we debuted this game a few weeks ago, and
Yep.
we're bringing it back out shortly because we loved it. It is time for the... That segue, I liked it. That segue, I liked it.
Yeah, beautiful.
Time for the
A nice,
Segue game.
simple intro that doesn't take too long, gets
Yeah.
to the point, and we move through
Let's
it.
get into
A lot
it.
of people writing in for this one as well.
Yeah.
Sending in 2 random things, 2 random topics, which
Yes.
is good. But you haven't, where's you usually had a hat in the first week. So
Yeah,
where's
well,
the
I'm
hat?
thinking because I was the one to write the random topics on the hat, I
Oh, you can play.
subconsciously made links or like
Yep.
like thought of what I was going to start the
Anti-cheat
conversation
code.
with. Yeah,
Yep.
so I thought to level the playing field and make it a little bit more on the spot for me, I'm just going to ask ChatGPT for a couple of things.
Okay.
And then
Then you go for what it says.
yeah, I'm gonna. My prompt is give me one random thing and one random topic. And
Okay,
then
cool.
we can link those two,
Yep.
so that it's like a pure starting from scratch.
Yep.
2 weeks ago was good. We're sort of getting the hang of the game.
Yeah.
Mike's had a varying levels of a grasp on the game, I think.
Yeah, I think I don't know if I understand the game still, like, because I didn't do it successfully last time.
You were very close.
Well, we had a really, so we put up a clip of the game, and there were comments on the clip, but one of them had an outstanding amount of likes on it.
Okay. You told me not to look at these.
I told you not to look at this, and until this moment.
Okay.
His name was Sam, but he said, surely don't read out the second one and try and steer the conversation there without the other person knowing. So that it's more like...
Right, so only the person who's turning it knows the second one.
Yeah. And then Stone Metal Wood replied to him saying, this guy knows.
Okay.
So there's support from at least him.
And
but what do we think
about
that?
The main resources that we use to build stuff with, Stone Metal Wood. So that's a pretty serious contingent.
This guy's functional and he can support people as well.
Okay, well, should we give that a go?
Yeah, we'll give it a go.
So we've all got ChatGPT up.
We do.
We've all got...
We're in the same account, I think.
Oh, okay.
I can see your tab.
Okay, nice. Well, don't look at mine.
Okay.
So we've all got the same prompt. Give me one random thing and one random topic. And a quick refresher on the rules. We're going to have to get from the random thing to the random topic through natural conversation.
Yes.
And then you can end it with a segue to the final topic.
Okay.
So all of us will know what we'll know what the thing is because you'll start with the thing.
Yep.
But then only the individual person and you, the listeners, will know where they're trying to get to.
Yep.
The other two won't be across it.
Yep.
Okay. So should we spin the wheel for who goes first?
Yeah, spin the wheel.
Sure. May as well.
And I'll spin the wheel just out of frame here.
It's so close to being in frame. It's just out there. It
just
goes.
out of frame. And spinning.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
the first person it's landed on is Mike.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Mike's
one random thing and one random topic.
For the listeners, my random thing is a jigsaw puzzle, and my topic is the impact of social media on modern relationships.
Isaac and I don't know the topic, but we're going to find out what the random thing
We don't know
is.
the destination. We're about to find the origin.
The starting point. Destination. Okay.
So we'll just help the conversation along.
Yeah.
Guys, the other day I was at my partner's parents' place. Love seeing them. Great family.
Yep.
And we were in the living room, and I noticed that Claire's mum had like a jigsaw puzzle, and they were doing jigsaws and stuff.
Okay,
do you guys do much jigsawing?
I love puzzles.
Used to do a lot more.
Yeah.
Analog jigsaw puzzles, but also you can do digital
Would
ones,
you go,
which-
Mike? Would you go the outside pieces first? You obviously locate the corners; they're the easiest, and then you do the border. Is that how you do it?
And that's the exact same strategy Claire's mum was using, and I went to ask her about it, and she said she's actually been doing it with her other daughter, so they've been doing it as a shared experience.
Oh,
And
okay, that's nice.
it actually got me thinking,
Really?
because I guess they're doing that, and what is the impact of social media on modern relationships? Because instead of being in this virtual world, they're doing this beautiful thing as mother and daughter, and just chilling out and doing a jigsaw together.
Wow.
Whereas most people are up all night, they're on Instagram, they're on Facebook, and they're texting. They don't get that. And so I wanted to bring up, what is the impact of social media on modern relationships?
Oh, it's not bad. It's not bad. It was a lot of words. I think
I felt like you were a door salesman, just going like, I'm going to talk at you for 5 minutes.
We were taking it all in. I think from memory, some of the criteria included speed and fluidity of the conversation.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit one-sided on that one, Mike. And also the link at the end was a little bit...
I actually tried to speak at one point and Mike held up a pistol. You can't see it outside the cameras, but let me get through this.
I think I understand the game better now, but I still don't know if I
think what we're aiming for is a back and forth conversation.
Right, okay, yeah.
And then it just naturally
now
gets
I know
that way.
for next time.
Not bad. It's hard.
Not bad.
First taxi off the ranks. So, Mike, can you tell us who's second on the wedge?
Isaac is second on the wedge.
Okay, here we go.
I'm clicking enter, and I'm going to start straight away.
I can see it loading on my
Ready?
screen as well.
Listeners, my random thing is a snow globe with a tiny astronaut inside, and the random topic is the evolution of language over centuries.
He's stalling already. No.
I was at a garage sale the other day.
Really? That's cool.
Yeah, I picked up this snow globe with a tiny astronaut inside.
Okay, interesting.
It was cool.
Yeah.
It was cool, but it was kind of like those two worlds don't collide, a snow globe and a tiny astronaut.
Oh, yeah. Does it not... maybe it doesn't snow in the moon.
It's like a space globe.
Yeah, it is a bit like a space globe. I think, globes probably... I like the more historically accurate globes where they're sort of like they've got a castle.
The historically accurate snow globes?
Yeah. The ones that have like a castle in it or somewhere that a landscape where you would see snow. Like you're not seeing snow in outer space, but you see snow all throughout history.
Interesting.
Like, all the way back into the Middle Ages.
Right.
I wonder what they...
It's a weird...
Here you go.
It's a weird thing to get het up on, really.
I don't think it is.
Because I thought you were historically accurate globes. I thought you meant like the globe of the Earth, maybe.
That's
something you might want to talk about.
Yeah,
if
well,
I
would love to talk. Yeah,
okay,
great. Just a great back and forth conversation. This one, isn't it? Yeah. So, like globes, world globes, and how they've changed throughout the years. Like there's some where Russia is called the USSR, and some where some countries have got different names, and then even some like you go back and the language is different. Like it's just incredible how the languages have evolved over the centuries.
That is incredible.
Oh, that was pretty good.
Boom.
I'll play. It's good. That was good. That was good. Yeah, that was good. Mm-hmm. So I thought, I was trying to get you away from snow globes.
I started because I wanted to start straight away. I read the snow globe astronaut thing. I started speaking. I hadn't even read the topic. So I was like, really? Oh shit! I got to read this topic.
Well, you started with garage sale randomly, and then just went snow globe.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well, no, the random thing is a snow globe with a tiny astronaut inside.
Oh wow!
Wow, that's a hard prompt.
And so I read that and I started rolling, and I realized I hadn't read the topic yet. So I should probably read that. But the topic was the evolution of language over centuries.
That was really you're good at this game.
That's good.
Thanks.
All right.
Nice.
Okay.
Wedge 3, Jack.
Wedge number 3.
Here we
Let's go. Enter and then go straight away.
And here we go. Okay, and for the listeners, my random thing is a glow-in-the-dark yo-yo, and my random topic is the ethics of time travel in historical documentaries. Our friend Oliver, who's been in a couple of Swag videos, he's one of the smartest twins, has gotten right into yo-yoing.
Yeah, he's got a PhD in astrophysics.
He does.
He knows all about black holes.
He does. But
really?
The thing about
what's like the main fact he knows about
the thing about Oliver that I was going to say before you guys were cutting me off is he's thinking about getting a glow-in-the-dark yo-yo. Because he wants to be able to do it at night and show off when he's in the clubs. Because he goes to the clubs a lot.
Wow. He would know about dark and glowing in it because of black holes and how no light gets through there. I wonder if you could, what a glow-in-the-dark yo-yo would look like in a black hole.
Yeah, that would be weird.
Able to do some cool tricks.
But if you're in a black hole, the whole concept of time... The whole concept... Well, Mike hasn't said
one of my friends recently...
Go on, Mike, please.
One of my friends recently was at a garage sale and found a snow globe with an astronaut.
Really?
Which I found strange.
That sounds like a waste of time, what you're saying. But what I'm interested in is the ethics of time travel in historical documentaries.
Okay.
It was a good conversation.
You guys such as dogs.
No, but I think
that is naturally where I would go in that conversation.
Yeah.
So.
How were you planning on getting from yo-yos to time travel?
Well, I was going to go, well, he's into yo-yos, but interestingly, he's an astrophysicist, and then I could talk about time travel with the black hole and the bending.
Oh, mate, we were leading you there.
I know. You didn't let me get in. You started talking about snow globes again.
I think Isaac won again. Yeah.
Well, I felt like there was more malicious intent.
I don't feel that way at all. No, I don't feel that way at all.
Good.
Mike, do you feel that way?
No, I found it easy.
Democracy.
Jack, I've got a bit of a bone to pick with everyone.
Oh, really?
Yep,
That's a big bone.
Yeah, that's most of the people, if not all of them.
Yeah.
My name is one of the oldest names there is. It's been around forever.
Sure. Okay.
Isaac, son of Abraham.
Yep.
Many a notable Isaac since.
Sure.
Sir Newton as one of them.
That's good. Yep.
Everyone has had time to
I
familiarise
know what this will be.
themselves with
Okay.
my name and the spelling of it.
Yes, this is consistently... We do in our emails that are for swag emails every single time.
Every single time.
Thanks. Hey, Jack and Isaac, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It's always wrong.
I
don't reckon I've ever seen. Yeah. IZACK.
That's also one we've got before, but by far and away, the most common misspelling of my name is double S instead of double A.
Isaac.
Isaac, exactly. Sounds like someone.
Exactly.
It sounds like someone saying it's actually double A.
Okay, nice.
So yeah, my name is with a double A, not
Yep.
a double S. Mike, I'm sure you have realised this over
I
the
think
space.
a double A is rare though. To be fair,
Oh,
It is rare, but
What's the other way of spelling Isaac?
there is no other
no,
way.
I just mean in English. Like you
Oh.
don't see double A.
But that is true because we grew up with a guy who was named Jason and he had 2 A's.
Yeah.
Jason with 2 A's.
That's a fair enough misspelling,
Yeah.
getting the 2 A's in Jason wrong. But the
Yep.
2 A's in Isaac has been around
Yep.
for a while.
Yep.
Let me read you this. Isaac was an important figure in all Abrahamic religions of Christianity, Islam, and Judaism.
Okay.
He was one of the 3 patriarchs in the Bible whose story is told in the book of Genesis. That's the first one. That's the very
first time
first one.
words could be written down.
It's been there since the start. On the
Yep.
7th day, God rested, and on the 8th day, he put 2 A's in Isaac. I'm pretty sure how it
Yeah,
goes.
okay, nice,
It's
yeah.
almost like I was sacrificed by Abraham for nothing. But out of the known forms of the name in every language that exists, the only language with a double S is the Telugu language, a classical Dravidian language native to the Indian states of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, and it's spelled Isaku. So if you're
There are
from
a
one
lot
of
of people
if
from
you're
there.
from one of those 2 places, you're off the hook. Everyone else, it's 2 A's.
Okay.
So all my Telugu people, fair enough. If
Maybe
you're,
we only email Telugus.
Maybe that's what's been happening.
Yeah.
My second bone to pick is with a subset of the people that exist within the first set of people whose bone I'm picking.
Okay.
It's with Americans.
Oh, okay.
And this has to do with the pronunciation of my name.
okay.
I'm sure you're aware of it, but Americans pronounce my name as Isaac.
Isaac.
Somehow they've seen 2 A's side by side and decided to pronounce neither of them. Isaac.
Yeah.
It's so it's
yeah.
almost like they think that 2 letters next to each other cancel each other out.
Yeah, right.
They're not numbers in an equation. They don't cancel each other out. They're vowels that you say with your mouth. So it would be like calling you Juk, except worse because you only have 1 vowel in your name.
Yeah.
So they've got 2 to choose from
yeah.
and they're choosing neither of them. You don't hear them like Aaron is a classic, another double A
Aaron
name.
is a classic.
Aaron. You don't hear him just saying Aaron.
Aaron.
Or
Aaron.
Yeah. Or Brooke. They don't call them Brooke.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't say, oh, we're going to Australia and we're going to visit the state of Queensland.
Okay. Yeah,
I mean, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah, they are, yeah.
And don't get me started on the capital of Mongolia. On
Oh, man.
double A words.
Jeez, Mike, I can tell you what that is, but you probably already know, so I won't.
Anyway,
Yeah,
makes
it's
no sense.
Ulaanbaatar.
Exactly. There's A's for days. There's two A's in my name. Say one of them. And so to highlight how silly it is that the Americans neglect the pronunciation of both vowels in my name,
Okay.
I've applied this same logic
I
to
thought you were going to say I've got Donald Trump on the line. He's going to say it for us.
No, I've applied this same logic to get a new rendition of this classic song by Tom Petty. Now I'm free. Doesn't make any sense. Say the vowels; they're there for a reason. And if you need more proof,
It's the best part of a song.
If you
of the
need more
vowels.
proof, here's the same logic rendition of this banger.
Oh, nice.
Just say the vowels. At least one of them.
The vowels.
That's my bone to pick.
That's funny. Well, okay. Well, I think loud and clear. So we'll send that across the Pacific, and I'm sure all the Yanks will know very quickly.
Yeah, but also everyone else in the world
Yeah.
has the first
So
bone.
just for the record, anyone who's deciding to email us, in whatever form it is,
I'm not reading them anymore if it's IWS.
okay. I'll vet them.
No, I'm not. You're not allowed to read them.
ISAAC
Yeah.
is all we need. ISAAC.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah.
Otherwise, we will be taking to the ISACCC, and you'll be audited from henceforth. So please behave for the sake of Isaac. Isaac, we haven't done this in a few weeks now, but it is time for the next installment of...
It's a Comments Hall of Fame.
Beautiful. I've been missing that falsetto.
Nice
but
and grainy
it's-
audio.
A
We
lot
like
of
it.
movement happening in the comments section of the Swag on the Beat world recently, which is great. We had a guy called Will Patrick who won it on the trailer video
Okay.
with a great
Oh, this was
comment.
a good one.
Which the video, for people that don't know, on the main account of Sketch was when you're trying to reverse the trailer, you couldn't get it right. I sort of rock up and go, I'll take care of it. George Michael starts playing.
Obviously, it was just
was
purely parody
acting,
because,
yeah.
usually I'll nail that
Yep.
in one go. It was
Absolutely.
actually hard for me to mess it up. but
Yeah,
that's
well,
okay.
that's why it took so many takes. That I could, when I was driving out, I could smell my clutch.
Oh, no. I mean,
Anyway,
yeah.
he had a great comment for
It
that.
was good.
He said, "This is a good trailer. When's the full video coming out?"
Very nice.
Boom. Rolls in with 2,500 likes. He is officially on the Comments Hall of Fame. That won the Comments Hall of Fame. So
Will Patrick.
How do we go? Will.
I think you can fit Will Patrick.
Okay, Will Patrick. You're gonna have a condensed. You're gonna have a concentrated plaque.
You can do 2 lines if you want. I'm willing to stray from the.
William Patrick would be.
You've gone left indent.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. It'd be center indent anyway. That's good. I'm not going to get hung
Don't
up
nerd out too much. People will start unfollowing us.
I'm the one that's got to look at it.
Okay, it's going
I did note as well. Yeah,
here we go.
When you put Radio Mike up on the Comments Hall of Fame slightly, it is ever so slightly off center. I put so much effort into making sure they were lined up. Yeah. And I was planning on being the one to put the rest of them. And now you've just absolutely
life isn't centered, so.
My life is. That's not bad. The gaps are all different sizes. That's all right.
Okay, we're happy with that. Great. So, Will Patrick, you are on the Comments Hall of Fame.
Very well deserving.
Very well deserved, Will Patrick. Thank you so much. Now, I guess that's the end of the segment. Let's wrap it up. No, it's not the end of the segment. I've actually, I
was halfway out the door.
We've got someone on the line. He sent an email to the SWAG email, and again, I said, don't look at that because I want to bring this up on the show because it was kind of you would be the one that would need to be convinced here from what he wrote, which is great. Okay. So he is on the line. Thomas, how are you, sir? Are you there?
I'm great, gents. How are you?
Good, Tom. We're very good. Thank you so much for coming on at short notice. So what happened here is Tom sent an email in and he was pleading his case to join the Comments Hall of Fame, but he had some asterisks that he outlined in it. A lengthy email, but I've got the email up here and I'm going to leave it to him to explain and pitch to you, Isaac, whether you are on side or you have some serious questions about what he's asking for. But Tom, the floor is yours. Please take it away.
Well, I don't remember exactly what I wrote. I don't have the email with me, but I've got the spreadsheet. Basically what happened is my comments started racking up likes to the point that I was thinking, and this is on the Segue Game video on the Swag on the Beat podcast Instagram.
Page.
Okay. I started racking up likes to the point that I thought, this might be a contender for the Hall of Fame because this like to follower ratio should be much higher than the typical likes that gets on the Swag, on the official Swag on the Beat Instagram. So I went through and collated the average top comment over the last 20 videos.
Wow, Isaac is changing his pants right now. He is loving this. He's looking at the, he's got the comment here in the Excel spreadsheet and then 20 of our latest videos and their top comment.
I'm singing hallelujahs on high. I'm going to be honest, you had me with Excel spreadsheet. And like the fourth word that you said was Excel, I was already on your team. On board, and now after seeing it's color-coded, it's the indents are all perfect. This is beautiful. I think this deserves his own plaque almost.
Wow, okay.
Let me clarify. I don't expect to be on the real Comments Hall of Fame, but to maintain its integrity and its validity, I think you need to inaugurate me into the Junior Comments Hall of Fame because my like ratio now is in excess of 42,000 likes if it was on the main channel.
So look at can you describe the equation you did, Thomas, to get to the conclusion that your average is actually much higher, the ratio?
Well, my current like to swag pod ratio is, well, at the time of writing, it was 2.7%. It's now much higher, which would equate to a relative amount of likes on the 1 million subscriber swag channel at around 42,000. And your average
is massive.
I'm with you all the way. It makes perfect. It could not make more sense to me why you deserve to be on the whole thing, and the humility as well. Not even wanting to go on the real deal Hall of Fame, but I think absolutely you've qualified more than anyone thus far of being on the Comments Hall of Fame. We'll put the Excel spreadsheet up on the video to show people.
Sorry to all the guys who come before. Tom, I will just say there is a lot of excitement above the table here, but there is so much excitement below the table for Isaac right now.
Whoa.
He's having a great time.
I'm gonna say you were starting with an uphill battle, Tom, because Jack told me that you spelt my name with 2 S's on the email, which we've just spoken about. But you well and truly made up for that. And if anyone wants to get on the Hall of Fame, just go out and make a spreadsheet and I'll just put you on there pretty much is what I found out. But no, Tom, I respect.
Okay, so what we need to do is we need to create a Hall of Fame Junior.
I don't think so. I think this goes on the regular Hall of Fame. I don't
Really?
think it should be any lower than the.
We've never put 2 names on in 1 week.
Yeah, but you know,
But that's
every.
Well, this is an unprecedented event.
it is an
Unprecedented,
unprecedented, beautiful word as well. It's all happening.
And as we say with all of our rules, they're all interchangeable.
Yeah. Well, Tom, you have absolutely exceeded all expectations here. I can't believe how excited Isaac is. When I saw the spreadsheet, I was like, oh, we're in a lot of danger here. But I'm stoked for you. I was always rooting for you. Isaac, I think, is more of a fan right now. But welcome to the club, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're going to put no asterisks next to your name on the Hall of Fame. We've decided it's going to be
all.
you're a full member.
No, I'm putting asterisks on all the other names because they didn't do a spreadsheet.
Wow.
Nah, that's awesome, Tom. Well done. And I'm just gonna take 5, I think, after this segment and just have a scroll
He's
through
going to
this.
go into the bathroom for 5 minutes. Isaac, usually at the end of the show, or occasionally at the end of the show, we'll do a just before we go thing. Which
Bit of
is
a JuBWeG.
Bit of a JuBWeG just before we go.
JBWG.
Okay.
But for pronunciation purposes, we've been calling it a JuBWeG.
Well, we usually have a JuBWeG. But this week I had 2 I wanted to slip in. They're not quite segment length.
Okay.
But they're not quite nothing length.
Right.
So they fit in the JuBWeG category. And I've got 2. So I think maybe what we should, I'll say both. And if, well, depending on how the first one goes, I'll do the second one. But I'll say both of them.
And we can
actually.
choose which is the
if
better one to include.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if the listener only hears one, then they know we cut one.
Okay,
But I'll try both of them.
Good plan.
But I did want to talk about both of these things. So this is the first JuBWeG. Isaac, just before we go, there's been a lot of turmoil in the last week since we mentioned the whole feud towards our podcast from another podcast, which Mike actually had an affiliation with previously for a long time.
Yeah, we didn't call it a feud, but everyone sort of
everyone's sort of building it up, despite the title on one of the clips being feud.
Yeah.
It is not a feud. I don't know who we'd point to blame for that.
We were just responding to everybody in the podcast sphere, in the media sphere, in the earth, which is a sphere.
But I think what we can say here is this: an update on the whole scenario is we haven't heard anything from them, which is great, and which is really sending a clear message to us that they're accepting what we've said about it. It was obvious that the trending on Google Trends was true. Mike has, in fact, trended upwards since he has moved to this show. So, therefore, moving on to bigger and better things in fact, a fact.
Even more since the feud he's been trending upwards.
If anything, it's like, I don't know about me, but maybe you thought maybe they were being immature. But this shows that they actually have the integrity to leave something alone when it is done and dusted. And I just want to commend them on that for not being petty. That's all really. I just wanted to say, thank you to the team over there. You did throw a grenade. We responded appropriately, and you've gone, yep, fair enough. You are correct in all facets of the argument. There is no further questions to be had.
Yep. So you're interpreting their silence as admission of wrongdoing.
Well, I mean, we asked for silence and we got silence, so they have succumbed to what we asked for.
That's an overt admission.
Overt admission. And anyway, so I wish them all the best.
Yep. Thank you for the admission.
Thank you for giving us probably, will we say it? Maybe their greatest asset in mind. Who knows? But anyway, so I'd just like to say that. Thank you so much, guys. See you next week.
We can put the feud to bed, can we?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, put feud to bed, tuck it in, sleepy time for the feud.
Yep.
Or is it?
Or is it? No, we'll never speak of it again.
No.
Unless there's, No, I mean, we won't. Isaac, just before we go. Oh, this should be the only one. No, we've been between the three of us, but between us especially, we've been trying to work out what we should do at the start of a show. And today's show is just a regular show, a regular start, which is fine. But someone sent a DM into the page, which was really interesting, and it caught my eye.
Okay,
and
it caught your eye off guard.
Yeah, it caught my eye off guard. His name's Reed, and he.
That what you were doing to his message as well.
Exactly. Well, now he's read.
Okay.
So, but you're about to read it. So just for clarity, our Instagram page is what I'm talking about, and it follows 0 people. So we're growing followers. We follow 0 people just because we started it and we didn't think to follow anyone. That's just what we do. Anyway, Reed DMs that page.
Okay.
And he says, "Can I be the only account you follow for a week? I won't post anything. I won't behave like Kanye has over the last few months, I promise," right? So what he's suggesting is we follow him on our podcast page for a week, and he's auditioning self. And
it's pretty hot property.
I think,
he could be all of our following.
He could be our whole following. But I think one, great idea, Reed.
Mm-hmm.
Two, we let him have it next week.
Okay.
For maybe this coming week.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the future, if a listener wants to be followed by us, it resets each week and people audition and they send a message. Whoever gets the best message, we read it out at the top of the show, and that's who we're following this week. Let's get on with the show. And that's the start of a show.
Wow, okay.
And that's the weekly kind of new thing at the start of a show.
I like it.
So, I mean, something to think about. Any
idea
thoughts?
from Reed?
Yep.
No, I like it. Because as you know, the 5 accounts that we follow on our main page are completely random.
Yeah.
I think it's, the Spirit of Tassie, Vic Roads,
Windex,
Hungry
Hungry Official.
and Twisties Malaysia.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I think we literally just did that when we made the account.
Yep.
Before we had posted anything, we followed 5 accounts and it stayed that way forever.
Yep.
So maybe, who knows, Reed, we could forget about it. And
Yeah,
you
we
could stay there forever as the one follower.
But I don't know, like, how would you think, what's an interesting way for people to audition themselves to be the follower? Should it be a voice message? Should they call up, or should they send a text? Like,
I think it's a cash bribe to my personal account.
Yeah, that doesn't work for me.
Well,
it works for you. That's all that matters.
For what I'm saying to you, I think we should just do it. And then for the listeners, Jack, just think about something else for a sec.
Okay.
Whoever sends me the biggest bribe, I'll follow you from the podcast page.
Okay.
All right, Jack, you can pay attention now.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, just nothing. Is
Yeah,
what
nothing.
I think.
Yeah, because I was thinking if someone randomly is getting followed by them, I would just unfollow them immediately. So if I wasn't privy to the reason, so we can work that out. But what do you actually think?
What
should they send in? I thought, like, if it's a nice slab of text we could read out, or is it a voice message? What's the best thing?
I think they send in why they should be the one that we follow, and if that's in text form, great. If it's in a voice message form, that's probably more compelling.
Okay, because we are an audio format here.
And you can hear the rise and the fall of the voice, the intonation, the inflection at the end of the sentences. That goes a long way to pleading your case.
So should like, why are they a good leader? Maybe because then we follow them.
But what are they? Oh, we follow them.
I guess.
That's
I don't know. Maybe
I think it should just
whatever
be
you think.
Why you think we should be the one?
Yep.
You should be the one.
And
that
you get
follow.
a week.
Yep.
And you get a week of follow for that episode. You get that whole week
just
followed.
Send us your best. It's like when aliens come to Earth and you think, well, why would the aliens not blow up Earth?
Yeah.
Because they've got this crazy space dynamite and they can choose to blow us up in 1 second. It's like, what are you going to say to them?
Yeah.
If you're
How
the
do you
one
convince
that's put
them?
forward. Yeah.
In 25 words or less, or you can go ad nauseum?
No, I think 25 words or less or more.
Okay. That's
or 25.
Really, or 25. Good. Done. Yep.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
All right. So
anyway.
Reed, as of when
Reed
this podcast
McGowan
out,
will be.
Reed,
we will be following him. You're going onto the follower
following
list. And see you later. Have a good week, everyone. See you next week. Yo.
See yo next week.
See yo next week. Yeah.
No more JuBWeGs.
Just before we go. Just before we go. Yeah. Just before we go. Okay. Just before we go. Just before we go. Mm-hmm.